Alright people, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when I upload the next video and you'll be supporting my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Every time I upload a new video, I'll be tweeting. Horizon Giants from OCGX, and this is the Retributors from Astartes, explained by an Australian Warhammer 40k lore by the channel majorkill. I'm liking this channel so far. I don't know in which section do you think this majorkill channel falls on. People say Lutin is great, this and that. People say, Arch is, good enough too. Then there is, Lord Voldemort, something like that. Right, and there is also smaller channels too, like Templin Institute, who explain it in brief. I'm like, what the hell? I'm gonna react to all of them one by one. I still haven't finished the Emperor of Man Part 2 yet. I'm gonna get to it. Chill out, man. But let's do this one right now. This is I just saw this on my recommended feed. I'm like, I have to click on this because I started reacting to Warhammer videos from the Astartes. That was the first Warhammer video that I saw. Because everybody was telling me to do Astartes. I'm like, what the hell is Astartes? Then I realized that was absolute awesome. And now I guess majorkill is going to explain it. So let's watch it. Better late than never, as they say. I realized no one had actually properly checked out the lore of arguably the most popular homebrew chapter around, the Retributors from Astartes. Wait a minute. So they are not part of the actual lore. Is that it? I guess the guy who made Astartes has created them. Huh, okay.
G'day guys and gal. Astartes is the single greatest work of art in regards to truly portraying how terrifying a space marine is when you're in their way.
Yeah.
One guy made the entire 5-part video series with outstanding sound editing, textures, animation, modeling, effects. Even the plot and lore he crafted himself were amazing. One guy. The Mad Lad also created his own custom space marine chapter, the Retributors, which from the video's supplement lore and his Ask Me Anything, we have gathered enough lore for them to create this video. Today I'll be explaining the lore of the Retributors Space Marine Homebrew chapter. There isn't an insane amount of info lurking on these guys, but with the brief snapshot we do have, it's clear that they are one of the most badass and unique Space Marine chapters out there.
But majorkill, how can they be unique if they have no colors on their armor and never talk?
Silence your naive mouth, Timmy, you silly boy, before I take away your toys. And then feed them to you. Name a Space Marine chapter that has no colors and never talks other than the Retributors. Checkmate, kiddo. A lot of people wonder why I never did a part 5 of Astartes.
That's a good point, right? That itself makes it unique.
Reaction, considering it was the easiest way to get views for the following 2 weeks after it dropped. And that's because A, it went live while I was live streaming, so I did a live viewing, and B, video reaction videos purely engineered towards getting views are cringy. Besides, me and Astartes were hacked at the same time, so we're pretty much blood brothers. Also, he's a Kiwi, which is like Australia's cousin.
Wait, majorkill used to do reaction videos? Or did I heard that wrong? I don't know. I guess he talked about something about live streaming. He does that in some other channel or some other platform. I don't know.
If it's not immediately obvious, all the images and footage used in this video were created by Simon Peterson, creator of the Astartes project. I hope I got his name right. Please check out his video series below after this. Link will be in the description and comments below. Let's get into it. The Retributors are a loyalist space marine chapter. Created in an unknown founding, they are successor chapter of the Imperial Fists. At a base level, this means they're very pragmatic and logical, preferring to be efficient rather than showboat. This does actually put them in a stark contrast to the Black Templars who, whilst they share the same gene father, Mr. Dawn, are the equivalent of weaponized autism, whilst the Retributors are extremely efficient. The only real thing that these 2 cousin chapters share is how relentless and ruthless they are. The simple markings, lack of war cries, no hesitation and no paint job all tie together perfectly to show what these boys are about. Interestingly, despite their lack of heraldry and showboating, they have an unbelievably badass symbol which likely represents how well they excel at punching people's faces in.
Oh, that is so cool to even see that. Somebody's grabbing the skull, that kind of a, and the wings and the lightning. I think lightning's a bit too much, but I guess if you remove the lightning here, right? Just this symbol alone with the grabbing the skull is badass.
Our symbol, which likely represents how well they excel at punching people's faces in. Throughout their boarding actions seen in the Astartes series, they just never stop. Everything is deliberate. They are met with fierce tactically driven resistance, ambushes, heavy weaponry, and even psychers, yet they push on, never taking a single moment they didn't need to. This relentlessness is also likely what makes them so
By the way, this scene that he just saw about the gun, I love that scene because how slow firing the gun is, giving you the impression that it's a large caliber massive gun that slowly fires. I love that shit, right? I mean, the guy could have easily gone to the route like, oh, it's a big caliber, but it also shoots fast and brrr type of thing. But no, it's a slow firing, just giving you that emphasis like, holy shit, the bullets are bigger, calibers are bigger.
Resistant to warp attacks. As the Astartes are approaching the Xeno orb, which isn't a Yuvath arch, you dumb cunt. Stop pretending you know shit when you clearly fucking don't, you weasel dick neckbeard. It hits them with psychic blasts, likely attempting to incapacitate them or control them. They resist every blast, and the orbs even say to each other, I quote, "We have all failed, the Astartes deny our touch," after the blasts. This made me even more impressed when the Inquisitor, who is also a trained and sanctioned psyker, ends up being possessed by one of the orbs despite it being heavily suppressed. The orbs that blast the Astartes were not suppressed. Their ruthlessness is again displayed by how quickly they completely creamed that Inquisitor once he was possessed. There was no, oh dear, oh no my friend, it was just whee, smash, blam blam.
Yeah.
To continue on this boys' badassery, they have absolutely no fear of pain and death. When old mate was getting sucked into the orb, which was not a Yuvath, he did not shoot his plasma pistol point blank in some desperate attempt to survive. He deliberately overloaded it and turned it into a mini grenade, willing to detonate a plasma bomb in his hand point blank if it meant that he could potentially hurt the Xeno or save his squad. Obviously it turned out to be not the best idea as the orb instantly reformed and he is now short one hand, but A+ for effort. Our boys in grey were then dragged by a genuine tentacle hentai monster through the warp and thrown into a sandy planet. After a quick tacky munt, old mate One Hand was back in action and ready to kick ass. It's not just their efficient mindset that makes the Retributors so deadly, it's also one of their deviations from the Codex Astartes. Their use of impulse squads, which are basically extremely versatile soldiers who can adapt to almost any situations, really sets them apart. The impulse squads are taught to fight as individuals, whilst also excelling in squad combat. Because of this, any Retributor that wants to be a sergeant or rank up must first serve in the Death Watch, which is basically a chapter of Marines from all different gene seeds and chapters, to learn how to coordinate individual Marines with vastly different tactics and training into a cohesive squad.
Okay.
If they can do that, then they can handle an impulse squad. The theory of the impulse squads was actually inspired by the Custodes. Each Custodes is a beast by himself, but can work terrifically in a squad by leveraging their own unique set of abilities. Now, the issue with homebrew or fan-made chapters is that they're not canon. It's hard to tell what is official fan canon of them and what is not. Obviously anything...
Yeah, but the guy, I think, the guy was hired by the whatever the original company that does Warhammer, right? And I'm pretty sure I've seen some this Astartes I don't know clip in one of the Warhammer official videos, right? I think I remember commenting that, or maybe it was different. But I don't know. But they could make this canon. But I feel like that's a reach since Warhammer lore is already way too vast. They make tweaks to it. They don't do additions so far, I think. And I'm pretty sure people will be pissed off, hardcore Warhammer 40k people, right? I mean, they would have loved Astartes, obviously, but they still would have been pissed off if they just did that. So I don't think they're going to make Retributors canon. But yeah.
The creator produces is official fan canon, but further readings suggest that the original Retributors chapter slowly faded into obscurity before disappearing entirely after the old orb kidnapping incident.
Okay.
The reading would go on to say that Guilliman would learn of their disappearance upon his return, and then commission a new Primaris chapter in their honour. When the new Primaris arrived at the Retributors' last known location, they discovered evidence that the chapter was likely alive and well. Hence the chapter master rallied all those who saw this evidence to him, and he gave the rest of the Primaris to a different chapter. He then demoted himself to captain and formed a new company of the Retributors, their goal likely to find the original Firstborn Marines. All of their ruthlessness, all of their tactical talent and bravery is nothing compared to their ultimate ability, the power to get absolutely anyone interested in Warhammer. This man took a niche hobby of collecting overpriced plastic minifigurines based on a story involving a deified Skeletor and 4 evil-ass emotions that were left unchecked, and he brought it to millions of people, invoking so much awe and joy that hundreds of thousands of people would then have gone from there to learn more about Warhammer. I can guarantee there are people watching this video being immersed in the lore, maybe in the tabletop hobby, who came in because some legendary Kiwi animated a bunch of super soldiers kicking ass. Hell yeah. The creator of Astartes has said that
Wait a minute, so this whole Warhammer thing that is becoming famous, right? That everybody's watching, people like majorkill, Lutin, everybody's making videos. They started doing that after the Astartes thing. Before that, nobody really made videos about it or anything, or visual. It was just a tabletop thing. Is that it? There were games, sure, but nobody was visualizing the lore this way, right? Okay. And after the Astartes thing, everybody just thought, let's fuck it, let's make lore videos. Is that what happened? That would make Astartes, I guess, one of the original ones in a way. I don't know. Seriously, Astartes is epic, especially knowing just one guy did that. And of course, the original company, hired him because how great it was.
he is done with the Retributors for now, and is moving on to new stories and chapters. So whilst it's really exciting to see what comes next, it's also a shame to see that these personality-less grey hulks may be shelved for a long time, or maybe forever. I don't know about you, but they grew on me. Maybe it was the way they nonchalantly ate all that firepower, or maybe it's how badass they made plasma pistols appear.
Seriousness.
Either way, I know in my heart that this isn't the end for the Retributors. And that does us for today, guys. Bit of a short one, not even 10 minutes.
But majorkill, what about the extra ad revenue you get when the video hits 10 minutes?
Shut the fuck up, Timmy, you Xeno-loving filth, before I retribute your rectal cavity.
What does 10? I think it's 8 minutes, not 10 minutes. If you reach 8 minutes, you can add mid rolls. I don't know. All right. So yeah, the Retributors from Astartes. I didn't know they were fan made. I mean, first I saw the Astartes, then I thought, fuck it, I'll watch some Warhammer lore videos, and then I'll realize who's what in Astartes videos. But apparently, that's not the case since it's all fan made. All the different, fan made films I've seen so far has somewhat Warhammer 40k thing in it. Not fan made things. But yeah, props to the guy who created it, because he actually created a chapter, right? And after creating a chapter, Retributors, and yeah, Retributors are epic because they don't have any color, just some stripes, and how serious they are. That is the first impression I got of a Space Marine when I watched that. Just all serious power armor wearing people just eating bullets and just fucking up people. I loved that part, and that just hooked me on to Warhammer 40k. That was my first, I guess, impression of Space Marine that I watched. So yeah, Retributors are epic because they don't have any colors, just stripes, their seriousness, right? They just get the job done type of mentality they had. And yeah, I hope, like he said, this is not the end of Retributors and they actually make it a canon and create the whole chapter. It would have been awesome. Alright people, that was the Retributors from Astartes explained by an Australian by the channel majorkill. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe so I know if I should do more majorkill reaction or not. I'll try to do a Warhammer video every day, right? I've been busy a lot in a few days, so yeah, I've been just making 1 or 2 videos a day. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make a Warhammer video from now on. I think I'm gonna resume Lutin's video tomorrow and finish that first. Then I want to do Lutin's Mechanicus video, and then other ones too. I don't just want to get stuck on the Imperium. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next time.